Little in this world rivals the awe-inspiring splendor of the Grand Canyon.
The Grand Canyon is a place of wonder and awe, with its vast and breathtaking landscape stretching out as far as the eye can see. But beyond its natural beauty lies a mystery that has confounded scientists and explorers for years. Could there be evidence of an ancient civilization hidden within the depths of the canyon? And what other secrets might this natural wonder hold? Join us in today's video as we delve into the latest discovery that changes everything we thought we knew about the Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon is more than just a beautiful national park. It's a sacred ground for 11 indigenous peoples, including the Havasupai, Hopi, Paiute, Navajo, and Zuni people who have visited, lived in, or around the area for centuries. For the Havasupai tribe, the canyon is a gateway to heaven or hell, and the souls of the deceased must pass through it to reach their final destination. The Grand Canyon is a spiritual place where past and present meet, and its geological features and stunning vistas are an essential part of the tribe's beliefs and traditions, playing a crucial role in their cultural identity. It's a natural wonder that took millions of years of erosion and geological activity to create. But what if there's more to the story? Recent discoveries have shown that humans may have been in America much earlier than previously thought, possibly living in the area as early as 23,000 years ago. This one detail changes everything we thought we knew about our own history and adds fuel to the fire in the archaeological community. Could this be evidence of the earliest humans venturing into the New World? A researcher named Cyprian Ardelean had a hunch that humans might have been present in North America as early as 30,000 years ago. This theory, which Ardelean called the Holy Grail of anthropology and archaeology, gained support when footprints were discovered at White Sands National Park, offering tangible evidence of an earlier human presence in the Americas than previously thought. But while the history of human activity in the area is fascinating, the geological history of the Grand Canyon is equally intriguing. Scientists have recently delved deeper into this history using thermochronology, a method that tracks the history of heat and rock. What they found was astounding. Researchers collected rock samples from different parts of the canyon and discovered that the western and eastern halves of the canyon may have gone through different geological contortions over time. This could be linked to the fracturing of a landmass called Rodinia, which began to split up 700 million years ago. This fracturing might have affected the Grand Canyon in different ways, resulting in what is now called the Great Unconformity, a gap in Earth's rock record that has perplexed geologists for years. However, a recent study published in the journal Geology suggests that the missing time period in geological history may be due to a series of earthquakes that occurred during the breakup of Rodinia. These earthquakes would have caused rocks and sediments to wash away into the ocean, creating the gap we see today. And the Grand Canyon is not just a beautiful sight. It's a fascinating history book that unveils secrets that have been hidden away for billions of years. And now we might be one step closer to understanding the complex events that shaped our planet and its inhabitants. But forget the tribes, we're talking about the people that were there when nobody suspected it. Explorer G.E. Kincaid was a man who loved the canyon so much that he couldn't bear to hear that it would soon be closed off to visitors. But instead of giving up, he went on a boat ride down the Colorado River hoping to find precious minerals. As he sailed, he stumbled upon something peculiar: strange stains in the sediment formation towering over 2,000 feet high. This was something he had never seen before, and it piqued his curiosity. So he stopped his boat and set out on foot to investigate. And boy, did he make an incredible discovery. He found hundreds of steps carved into the sandstone leading up to a high shelf on the side of the canyon. And even more amazing, these steps led to a man-made entrance covered in ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics. Yes, in the Grand Canyon of all places. Kincaid was understandably stunned. People had never existed in that part of the canyon, so how could there be hieroglyphics? What was the purpose of this hidden passage? These are just a few of the many questions that Kincaid had, and he was eager to find out. As Kincaid stepped inside the ancient passage with his flashlight, he couldn't have anticipated what he was about to discover. The tunnel stretched far into the distance, and he knew that this was only the beginning of a much larger mystery waiting to be unraveled. The intricate carvings, artifacts, and treasures that he saw were centuries old, and he felt as if he had travelled back in time. Kincaid had stumbled upon an underground city that had been hidden for centuries, and he was determined to uncover all of its secrets. This incredible discovery has even been talked about on Joe Rogan's podcast, but let's dive deeper. This was no ordinary city, as the rooms were huge, some as big as 30 by 40 feet square, with ceilings that converged to a centre. And the walls were incredibly thick, around 3 feet and 6 inches. Kincaid couldn't fathom how such an engineering marvel was constructed. He explored further and found granaries, cooking areas, and even a massive dining hall. And to top it off, he found artifacts made of copper, a technology that shouldn't have existed at the point in history that these items were from. Kincaid knew he had made an astounding discovery and named it the Citadel. He sent artifacts and notes to the Smithsonian requesting financial and logistical support, knowing the importance of what he had uncovered. The Smithsonian approved of Kincaid's discovery, and soon enough, Professor S.A. Jordan and his team of 40 experts arrived to assist with the excavation and exploration. It didn't take long for them to realize that the underground complex was no haphazardly constructed system of rooms and tunnels, but a meticulously designed city, planned out with perfect symmetry and purpose. It was called the Citadel, and it had been inhabited by thousands of people for hundreds, possibly thousands of years. But who were these people, and where did they come from? The more they discovered, the more perplexing it all became. This wasn't just an advanced tribe. This was a civilization far more sophisticated than any of the native tribes who had occupied the region for millennia. Some scientists speculated that these people had travelled from distant lands, such as Egypt or Asia, and the evidence was starting to support this astonishing claim. As they dug deeper into the Citadel, Kincaid and Professor Jordan were amazed by the advanced nature of the artifacts they uncovered, far beyond what was typical for the area. They hypothesized that they had stumbled upon a warrior's barracks and sent boxes of artifacts and research notes to the Smithsonian Institute in a bid to unlock more of the ancient civilization's secrets. However, the duo was not content with just this and requested more resources and a bigger team to further their research. Sadly, their request was denied, leaving them frustrated. Then things took a bizarre turn when Kincaid and Jordan suddenly vanished without a trace. None of their workers knew what had happened, and some either disappeared themselves or claimed to have no knowledge of the events that transpired. Although the concept of people living underground may seem like something out of a Hollywood movie, it is a reality that has been discovered in various parts of the world. For example, Derinkuyu, an ancient underground city in Turkey, was inhabited during the 8th to 7th century BC. Its intricate tunnels, rooms, and ventilation systems were built with incredible engineering skill, making it a marvel of its time. After examining the artifacts closely, officials noted that the items didn't match anything in their records or in the region. They particularly didn't resemble those made by Native Americans, but instead looked more like those found in Egypt. This discovery led to a significant question. How did these ancient Egyptian artifacts end up in a deep cavern within the Grand Canyon? And was there an ancient Egyptian civilization that had somehow made their way there? However, in a twist of events, the Smithsonian boldly denied any knowledge of the alleged underground Egyptian city found in the Grand Canyon. They claimed that the team sent to investigate had returned empty-handed, and there was no evidence to back up the claims. Despite this, some skeptics refused to let go of the idea, insisting that there is no proof to debunk the long-standing theory. However, the truth remains that there is no concrete evidence to support the existence of an ancient Egyptian city beneath the Grand Canyon, at least for now. Moreover, exploring this area of the Grand Canyon poses serious risks that cannot be overstated. The treacherous terrain is riddled with hidden crevices and narrow passages that could easily lead to injury or even death. While the government claims that they are simply trying to protect people from these dangers, many suspect that there's more to the story. Opinions on this issue are split down the middle, with some people dismissing anything related to the mummies and ancient Egyptians, while others are convinced that it's a blatant cover-up and that the evidence is being suppressed. The fact remains that too many discoveries point to ancient Egyptians being a significant part of Grand Canyon history. What do you think? Do you believe that there's any truth to these findings? Let us know in the comments below.